Hey there, Pats Nation. Welcome into Patriots Report presented by Game Time. We got a lot of stuff to break down, and we obviously have to get to the Rob Gronkowski rumors. So let's start with our first one. Is Gronk getting traded? We're giving this one 3 Lombardi trophies because at this point, we really have no idea. It could go either way. And this spawns from the big article in the Boston Sports Journal from Greg Bedard saying that Belichick is reportedly open to trading Gronk because of how Gronk acts off the field. Not that he gets arrested or that he's a troublemaker, but just the fact that he's always in the media, the fact that some of his social media posts have been a little sketchy. And I will say this, the most recent video of Gronk was him dancing on top of Shaq. I thought it was hilarious, but Bill Belichick does not have a normal person's sense of humor. I'm sure he was annoyed that Gronk, who's been dealing with retirement questions over the past couple of weeks, is currently out partying and getting down with his bad self. So I don't know how Bill Belichick quite feels about that, but for now, we're giving it 3 trophies on Gronk getting traded. Let's get into our second Gronk rumor. Is Gronk coming back? So this is just in general, is he going to play football next year? And according to Jeff Darlington of ESPN, it's pretty certain, so we're giving this one 4 trophies for pretty likely. They literally gave our rumor to us. So Gronkowski obviously dealing with a lot of retirement rumors over the past, months since the entire Super Bowl conundrum went down. But as of right now, he is pretty certain to return. The big kind of bomb that was dropped in there is that he's going to continue to play as long as Brady plays. And that Brady and Gronk friendship off the field is a huge key to what the Patriots are looking for, especially going into next season. Gronk is very motivated to come back as long as Brady is playing. So if Brady is motivated, then Gronk is motivated. But it is a question, though, if the Patriots trade Rob Gronkowski, will he just outwardly retire? That's going to be a big question for any team that tries to trade for him. You got to know if the big man is going to actually want to play for your team. I'm your host, Harris Rubenstein. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsDean. Before we get into any more of our rumors, let's get into what exactly these Lombardi trophies mean. I know they can be a little bit confusing, so let's break it down for you. 1 Lombardi trophy, we're on to Cincinnati. It's fake news. Don't even worry about it. 2 Lombardi trophies, it's Ted Wells' level of honesty. Don't even worry about it. This isn't going to happen. 3 Lombardi trophies, we'll see. People are talking. It's 50-50. Could go either way. 4 Lombardi trophies, it's pretty likely. You can put this at about a 75% chance. And then 5 Lombardi trophies. Count the rings, baby. This is news. This is going to happen. And speaking of stuff that's going to happen, is Gronk going to be in a Mel Gibson film? We're giving this one 5 Lombardi trophies. Yes, indeed, he is. He is going to be in the new Mel Gibson action movie called Boss Level. We're not really sure what his role is going to be or how often he's going to be in it, but he's appeared in an Entourage movie in the past. He reportedly wants to get more involved in acting in WWE. He's going to probably go the route of The Rock, with all of his, great wrestling career, and now he's doing films with him rescuing people from earthquakes and old video game movies. It's great. The Rock's having a fun career, but we don't really know what Gronk is going to be in Boss Level, but it's going to be funny. It's going to be hilarious, actually, to see him next to Mel Gibson in an action film. Let's get away from Gronk and into more Super Bowl stuff. Was the Butler benching reasonable? So this is coming out after a couple of tweets from NBC Sports' Mike Girardi. So we're giving this one 4 Lombardi trophies because now you have a couple former players who are now starting to talk about all this. I have his tweets up right now, so I'm going to read off some of the quotes that Girardi got from former players, and we have one coming up on screen right now saying, quote, "We all wished it would have worked out better, but he should have focused on what mattered those 2 weeks." Another one said, "We didn't like the decision, but it wasn't without merit." They also said that it's over and done with now and that none of it changes, quote, "a damn thing." And then finally he said that Butler tried to return to form, and one of the teammates said that we appreciate it, but he wasn't himself at all last year. And both players mentioned that it was because he did not get paid the previous offseason, and it was a huge distraction and honestly a kind of a pulling away of motivation for Butler all season long. It was a big, big problem for him. So it might have had some merit to it, and we know that some players at least were in support of it. They at least wanted to see him try a little bit harder before the Super Bowl. Speaking of the Super Bowl, should the Zach Ertz Super Bowl touchdown have counted? This is an article that I wrote last week. We had you guys all over the website for it, and we're giving this one fake news because the Zach Ertz Super Bowl touchdown should not have counted. Fake news. The NFL VP of officiating came out and said that it shouldn't have counted, and that the new catch rules that they just instigated would have negated the catch. Shouldn't have happened. And the Corey Clement catch also should not have counted. So take 14 points off the board, and all of a sudden it's 33-27. boom, the Patriots win the Super Bowl. Just give us the trophy. We should have 6. Total fake news. Thank you, NFL, for taking away another Super Bowl from the New England Patriots. We got a weigh-in coming up for you guys in a little bit, but first, let's get into our 6th rumor. Would the Patriots have won the Super Bowl if Malcolm Butler had played? Well, according to Malcolm Butler, they would have won the Super Bowl, so we're going to give this one 5 trophies just because Malcolm Butler seems to think that they would have won the Super Bowl. I don't necessarily think so, but Malcolm Butler seems pretty convinced. We had a bunch of Eagles players who pretty vehemently denied the fact that the Patriots would have won. But hey, if Jordan Richards didn't play the Super Bowl, then the Patriots probably would have won. Not saying it was all his fault, but he was a pretty disastrous player in terms of his overall performance in the Super Bowl. So we got to weigh in for you guys. Would the Patriots have won the Super Bowl if Malcolm Butler had played? Throw some comments in there. Maybe even send me a GIF on Twitter at SportsDean to let me know how you guys are feeling about whether or not Malcolm Butler would have helped the Patriots win the Super Bowl. Definitely would have helped, but at the same time, I'm not entirely convinced that the Patriots would have actually won. Let's get into our 7th rumor where the Patriots meet with Johnny Manziel. We're going to get to that rumor in just a little bit, but first, we're going to have a word from our sponsor, Game Time.
Did you know that ticket prices can actually go down right before the game? That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time tracks ticket prices in real time from thousands of trusted sellers, then shows you all the best deals, so we can get tickets at the last minute for up to 60% off. Download Game Time now.
Did the Patriots meet with Johnny Manziel? We're giving this one 5 Lombardi trophies because, yes, the Patriots did meet with Johnny Manziel again because they were at the Texas A&M Pro Day. They met with him before and after. So this is getting kind of crazy, people, because now they met with him at the San Diego Pro Day where he was also throwing. Now they met with him at the Texas A&M Pro Day before and after, and Manziel's playing in the Spring League. Could Johnny Manziel be the heir apparent to Tom Brady in New England? That would be absolutely crazy. I'm pretty sure all of Patriots Nation would simultaneously light on fire with fury. So I don't think he's going to end up being the heir apparent, but maybe Johnny Manziel could be a cool camp body. They did bring in Tim Tebow, so I think it'd be a fun signing, but whether or not he deserves it is another question. We'll see how he does in the Spring League. But let's stay on quarterbacks. Is drafting a quarterback a top priority for the Patriots this season? We're giving this one 4 Lombardi trophies because, yeah, it probably is. The Patriots got to move on and draft a quarterback. Look, they've needed a guy. They have a bunch of different options that they've been going into through and through. We know that they've been looking at quarterbacks, including Logan Woodside of Toledo, and also quarterback's the lightest position on the entire roster. They only have 2 quarterbacks on the whole team right now, and they're Tom Brady and Brian Hoyer. And the Patriots have taken a quarterback in 2011, they took one in 2014, and they took one in 2016. So if they're going every other year, they're probably going to take one this year. And they've visited a couple quarterbacks, Logan Woodside, like I said, from Toledo. They've been connected to Kyle Lauletta from Richmond. So they got a couple of options in the ringer. I think they're going to end up drafting one. But we'll get to their full list of options later. Let's get into our next rumor. Are the Patriots drafting Christian Kirk? Maybe. We're going to give this one 3 trophies. They did visit with him at the Texas A&M Pro Day. That was also the real reason they were there is for Christian Kirk, but apparently they also met with Manziel. So Kirk is going to come in for a private visit in a couple of weeks. The Patriots do draft at number 31 in the first round. That might be around where Christian Kirk ends up getting drafted. I think he's going to go either late first or early second. He's a really good receiver. I don't think he's going to go in the first. I think Cortland Sutton kind of took that second wide receiver spot during the combine. Calvin Ridley's obviously your number 1 wide receiver in the class. So we'll see what happens with Christian Kirk, but the Patriots do have 10 wide receivers on the roster currently, so I'm not really sure if they're going to draft another wide receiver. But they did meet with another one. They actually met with Deshaun Hamilton, and the Patriots might end up drafting him as well, but we're going to give this one 3 trophies for now. They're having him in for a private visit in a couple of weeks, and they did meet with him at the Penn State Pro Day. But like I said before, the Patriots have 10 wide receivers on the roster right now. I don't know why they would need to draft another one. They have speed, they have size, they have possession. I'm not really sure what Deshaun Hamilton is going to bring them that they don't currently have, but at the same time, he is a nice wide receiver. Let's get into number 11. Does Belichick love Iowa prospects? We're giving this one 5 Lombardi trophies because he loves them, and it's because of Kirk Ferentz, the Iowa head coach. The rumor origin is actually coming from me because the Patriots have 5 Iowa players on the roster. They signed 2 more this offseason in Adrian Claiborne and Matt Taubman. So clearly they like him, and I have later one of the running backs that they could draft is actually Akram Wadley, the Iowa running back coming out of the draft this year. So we know that he loves Iowa, guys. 5 actually leads the current college grads on the entire Patriots roster. After that, I bet you guys can guess who the second most common college is on the Patriots roster. Throw a comment. Let's see if you guys can guess it. Hint, hint, they come from New Jersey. Let's get to number 12. Are the Patriots going to draft a quarterback in the first round? I don't know why SB Nation decided to mock a corner to the Patriots, so we're going to give this one trophy. No way. There's no way that they're drafting a quarterback in the first round. I'm not going to put this as fake news because the Patriots could always just end up drafting a rando corner at the end of the first, but the Patriots have always used a first-round pick on need. They do best player available sometimes in the second and third round, but in the first round, it is always need. If they need a left tackle, they draft a left tackle. If they need a linebacker, they draft a linebacker. If they need a defensive end, they draft a defensive end. They've done this for years on years on years. They drafted Dominic Easy when they had a space at D tackle. They drafted Malcolm Brown when they had a space at D tackle. They draft for need, in the first round. And as of right now, you brought in Jason McCourty. Jonathan Jones is going to be healthy for the start of the season. Cyrus Jones is coming back as well. They got a bunch of kids as well. And Ryan Lewis, an undrafted free agent from Pittsburgh last year, the Patriots picked up, just won the award for Patriot of the Year. So I don't really think that cornerback is currently a position of need for the Patriots